Russ, you said that the game at Bloomfield Road arguably could have been 0-0. Do you think tonight probably could have been the same?
No. I think if you look at it, we had two massive chances. I thought we were really dominant. We gave them very little. It's really unfortunate they've scored from a mistake from us, which, the players didn't deserve that tonight. I'm really disappointed that we conceded a goal in that manner. I thought we tweaked things from Saturday. We adapted for a few problems that we had. I thought we dominated for most of the game. They caused us very little issues, and they're a team that's probably one of the best out of possession in the league. Their success and their form recently has been based off being really organised, good structure out of possession and a counter-attacking. They never really looked like threatening us in that sense, which was pleasing after Saturday. And the only disappointment is for so much of the ball, we didn't look threatening enough in the final third. We didn't quite get enough crosses in, and that's just, I think, a little bit of lacking in confidence at the minute because of the situation we're in the last few games. But on the whole, I'm really pleased with the performance. Much more positive after Saturday. Learned a lot from then, and you will learn again from tonight. And as I said, the game, they didn't deserve to win on a mistake from one of our players. It's really disappointing that's the case. But I'm not. Harry's been incredible. It's not his fault. He shouldn't have had the ball in that position anyway. But so it is what it is. Yeah, I'm disappointed, but I'm really positive about the performance. And on another night, Ethan scores from 5 yards out after 5 minutes, and it's a completely different game. But unfortunately for us, he didn't. And then Cammy's, big chance in the second half, hits the bar, and Griggy doesn't quite get there. So frustrated we didn't create quite enough, but really positive about a lot of the display and a lot of the stuff they did.
I suppose it's going to only add to your frustration that it is a mistake that's cost the goal. Yeah,
as I said, I think we didn't look like conceding any other way, really. I don't think they had any chances. They didn't really have a passage of play where they were really dominant. It's really frustrating. It's really disappointing. But as I said, we have to. The balance went the other way tonight. We looked really solid defensively, and not quite dangerous enough in the opposition half, final third. Apart from a few really, really good moments. But I much prefer the structure we had to prevent chances. We've been giving too many chances away. That's something we spoke about. Now we have to find the balance between being solid but making sure we look dangerous enough at the top end, which we had a few games ago. So we'll get there. Tonight was much better performance, and despite the result, which everyone will be disappointed with, the players should be confident, and we'll show them lots of the stuff that they did tonight, which was really, really good. And if they continue to show that, and we cut out the mistakes, too many mistakes in the final third, turned down too many good passes, not quite happening detail on the pass, and the pitch doesn't help, but it's not an excuse. We've got lots to work on, as I've always said, but we've got lots to be positive about as well.
I suppose the headline will always be that it's 3 defeats in a row, but as you said, there are positives to take. But I suppose being it is a results-based industry, you can't be too happy with the way it's going at the minute.
No, yeah, of course. We want to win every game. We want points in the board. We don't want to get dragged back into anything, with teams below us. But it's a really tough league. Wigan went to Plymouth tonight and won another tough game. Everyone's capable of beating everyone. We've played teams who are in real form recently, and we spoke about that before we played those teams, how tough this run would be. It feels like the start of the season really, when tonight felt like one of those games where you played really well, you dominated for pretty much the whole game, limited them to I think 2 shots on target. One right at the end when can't quite get there. There's on the pitch it's tough, but they had very, very little, and then we end up losing the game with the 2 best chances of the game. So it felt like that really, and we came through that. We worked out different ways of doing things, and we'll do the same again with this group, because they're brilliant, they're fast learners, and they're going to have to be, because we need to start winning again.
Harry Darling is hasn't made many mistakes in his time at MK Dons so far. Is it just a case of you put your arm around him and say, chin up, carry on?
Yeah, he doesn't even need that. He'll get that, but he doesn't need that. He knows what we think about him. The courage he shows, the the mentality he has to get on the ball. He's never played in League One before, certainly never played a style of football like this before, and he's been incredible. So so I've got no problem with him making one mistake. I've just got I'm disappointed for him and for us that it's led to a goal, but no, I'm not going to ask Harry to change anything about his game. He's been brilliant, and he'll keep improving, and he's learning like a lot of the players are in that team. So he will learn from the experience. We all will, and we'll move forward and get better.
Ethan Laird had pretty much the freedom of the right flank, particularly in the first half, didn't he? He looked like he was a real asset for you. Just needs to pinpoint that final ball. Yeah,
I thought he'd done really well. We just need to keep getting him the ball. We didn't get him enough of the ball in the second half. They kept going really aggressive, and it was really difficult to get beyond their press. But when we did, we looked dangerous. And as I said, we just lacked that little bit of quality and confidence towards the end. But Ethan's getting better and better. He listens to it. He has a lot of work, a lot of attention. As all the lads do. But he's really listened and focused and on the detail. And I think he's just frustrated he hasn't got more assists and more goals, because he's certainly capable of it.
Well, you did mention, didn't you, that he probably could have scored in those opening 5 minutes or so, but Cameron Jerome also had a chance in that first 5 minutes, but his chance that came off the bar, I mean, from where we were sat, it looked in all the way.
Yeah, I thought it was in. Cammy had a chance 8 yards out. The guy makes a great block, or 12 yards out, wherever it was, in the middle of the goal. Ethan's 5 yards out in the middle of the goal. Then Cammy's chance hits the bar, and then Griggy's so close to getting the follow-up. And those are sort of things that feel like when you're on a good run, they go in. That's the difference, and it will turn. We need to keep creating more of those types of chances, because they were brilliant chances, big chances for us. And we have to score first. With a chance like that in the first 5 minutes, we have to score, and changes the whole game. It changes the whole complex of the game here, context of the game, the mentality of the opposition team. But when you give them a goal again, it makes it really difficult for us.
Do you sometimes feel that luck's going against you at the moment? I mean, there was a couple of penalty shouts that didn't go your way on Saturday, and then chances like tonight, ordinarily you'd back your strikers to score them. Yeah,
I think we'd have to make our own luck. We have to play with more confidence, more positivity, more a bit more aggression, devilment, whatever you want to call it. I think teams are a bit more streetwise than us. That was certainly the case at Gillingham. I think that was the case tonight. They got a lot of experience. The way they appeal for things and get around the referee, it does. As much as it shouldn't, it does influence things. And we're not, as I said, we're quite inexperienced like that, and not quite as streetwise as other teams in the league. And sometimes that can be the difference, the fine margin. But I'm pretty sure keep playing that like that, a bit more threat up top, a bit more confidence, and then things will turn. I'm sure of that.
Josh McEachran making his first start for the club. He got best part of an hour in him. What did you make of his showing?
Yeah, really liked him. I thought he was great. Really, really good. Good on the ball, composed, good defensive positions. Picks a beautiful pass out. Really good vision of the game. Good understanding. Yeah, I really like Josh, and just got a bit tired, as did Sirs, because Sirs had played a lot of football and Josh hasn't played for a very long time, so just got a bit tired. And then Louis Thompson I thought was brilliant when he came on, so we got some really good options. Matt O'Reilly I thought was excellent, so I was really, really pleased with Josh.
Cheers, Russ.
Cheers.
Russ, Louis Thompson playing today seemed to make quite a difference when he came on. It must be great to have him back after his injury troubles recently.
Yeah, I thought he was great. I thought he was really, really good. He's a great guy to have around in terms of his mentality, his attitude, his professionalism. But he added some much needed energy. I thought the game was, they were taking a long time for goal kicks and free kicks, and it was just slowing down a little bit. And so we needed to add a bit of intensity and a bit of energy, and also a bit of, that nastiness I just spoke about, that aggressiveness that we sometimes don't quite have enough of. So I thought he was big positive for us tonight, and it's great to have him back, and we can just keep him fit, and hopefully if he can keep coming on and adding that to us, and then it'll be in a place at some point to start a game, then that'll be brilliant.
I've got to ask, started the game a different end to usually do? Is that something that we'll see over the next few games?
Possibly, yeah. The pitch is it has a bit more sun that end. There's a bit more grass coverage. So yeah, we just thought we'd try something different, and yeah, probably whilst we've got no fans in at the moment, it's probably something that will stay. I really, as I said, I like the performance. Just disappointed with the result.
Cheers, Russ.
Cheers, James.
It felt like Will Grigg brought something different when he came on today. What did you make of his cameo off the bench?
Yeah, really good. Great movement, Griggy. Really intelligent. Was offside too many times for my liking, but some really tight calls. But yeah, no, I love Griggy. He's and as I said, he was a whisker away from scoring, but he brings other people into the game brilliantly. You know, when he comes deep, and his link-up play is outstanding. We've been really impressed with Griggy, and we've got some great options up front. You know, him or Cammy, especially if we're playing the one up front, it's what a brilliant decision to have. So yeah, I'm really pleased with Griggy when he came on. Just unfortunate he didn't quite get on the end of the rebound from the crossbar.
Sure. Was the offside part of the more frustrating elements that built up during the course of the last period?
No, I just think they had a team that were just being really aggressive and playing front foot. And when Griggy's having to go and press the ball like we ask him to, it's really difficult to then get back on side. So it's not a question of him being, you know, not having a look or being lazy. It's definitely not. It's just really hard to get back on side when they've been going to press and takes a lot of energy. So no, you know, that was a joke. It is what it is. What it is when you play on the top line, the last line, like we were asking them. It's really fine margins, I've got. That's no worry about that at all. Griggy's brilliant, very intelligent, and he adds a lot to us, and he has added a lot to us since he's been here, and he continued to do so.
Indeed. Obviously, John Houghton and Dan Harvey had an interesting afternoon on Saturday. Did that sort of affect their availability today, or were they just as part of the recovery from their recent injuries? Yeah,
no, I spoke to both of them. It's not nice being taken off that early in the game. There's no doubt about it. But I felt the game needed a change, and it wasn't a reflection of them. It was my fault because they probably weren't ready to play, and I chose them. You know, they didn't train enough during the week. I spoke about that on Saturday. So they're two important players for us. House has been out for a long time, so he's not quite up to speed yet. He's had come on and done really well off the bench. But tonight I wanted 3 strikers on the bench. Zach was there to cover the defenders. Danny was there to cover the wing backs, and then it left one place for a midfielder because we had 4 on the pitch already. And I felt that Louis Thompson was with their athleticism on the pitch tonight was a better option for us. So yeah, that's all it is. House is still an important member of our squad, of our team. We have got real competition now, so unfortunately guys, you know, like him and Lass Sorensen were left out tonight. Ben Gladwin's obviously injured, so we've got more competition when he comes back. So yeah, we haven't had that competition before, and we haven't had those sort of guys sitting in the stands before, but it's up to them to make sure they force their way back into the team.